It's time to dive into the Cowboys versus Ravens matchup in the second week of the NFL preseason, and there's a lot to unpack here. We're going to break down the players who could have an impact, the key storylines, and what to watch as the teams take the field. The preseason is always a mix of excitement and uncertainty, where rookies get a chance to show their potential and veterans try to shake off the rust before the regular season hits. For the Cowboys, this game isn't just another preseason matchup. It's an opportunity to evaluate talent, test new rotations, and see how players perform under pressure, even if the stakes aren't official yet. Fans want to see progress, and coaches want clarity, so every snap matters more than it might appear on paper. Starting with the quarterback position, Joe Milton is the focal point for this game. He's the player the Cowboys are most invested in developing, and naturally, all eyes will be on him. Milton's physical tools are undeniable. His arm strength is remarkable, capable of throwing the ball with velocity and distance that few in the league can match. His mobility adds another layer of intrigue, allowing him to extend plays or escape pressure when the pocket collapses. Watching him move around the field, you can see the potential for explosive plays, but the reality is that potential doesn't always translate into consistency. Milton struggled at times in the previous game, forcing throws and holding onto the ball too long, which led to missed opportunities. There's a nuance to playing quarterback at this level that goes beyond just physical ability. Reading defenses, timing routes, and delivering the ball with touch are just as crucial, and those are areas where Milton is still finding his rhythm. He has shown flashes that make you think he could develop into a starter, but preseason performances are a reminder that the journey is ongoing. The running back group is another area that will capture attention. The Cowboys have a number of backs who could see action, and the rotation is something fans are curious about. With uncertainty around who will play, it's an opportunity to see how the team manages workload and who steps up in different situations. Miles Sanders returning to the field adds depth, while Javonte Williams could provide a spark if he gets significant carries. There's also the question of how the other backs will contribute. Depth behind the primary options is vital, especially with preseason injuries and management of snaps. Coaches will want to see not only skill and explosiveness, but also how players handle assignments, blocking schemes, and pass protection. The backfield in preseason is a testing ground, and it often shapes how roles will be defined once the regular season begins. Wide receivers are another group under the microscope. Players like Tayon Holden are trying to climb the depth chart and prove they belong on the field. Holden came into training camp with minimal guarantees, but has consistently impressed during practice and in limited game action. The preseason is his chance to show he can be reliable in live scenarios. Other receivers, such as Ryan Fennoy, bring unique athletic gifts, and it will be interesting to see if they can translate those traits into consistent production. Quarterback-receiver chemistry is something that can make or break these opportunities. When Milton has the ball in his hands, who he looks to and how accurately he delivers can define which receivers earn trust and more playing time. Watching these matchups unfold is exciting because it shows both individual talent and how the team might shape its offensive identity moving forward. Offensive line play is always critical, and it's especially important in preseason games where rotations and player evaluations are ongoing. Tyler Booker and other linemen will be tested against Ravens defenders, and every assignment, every block, will reveal how prepared the Cowboys are to protect their quarterback and establish the run game. Right tackle Hakeem Adonai, for instance, had struggles in the first preseason game, allowing pressure that disrupted plays. Watching how he responds this week will indicate whether he can solidify his role or if adjustments are needed. The line is the backbone of the offense, and evaluating performance here isn't just about avoiding sacks. It's about cohesion, communication, and the ability to adapt to defensive schemes. Injuries complicate matters, too, making the depth chart behind the starters a key consideration. Coaches want to know they can rely on backups in case of adversity, and the preseason is the perfect stage to answer those questions. Defensively, there are plenty of storylines to follow as well. The Cowboys linebackers and edge rushers will be tested against the Ravens' offensive strategies, and special teams play can also shift momentum in a game that might otherwise feel like a practice session. players like Motzi Smith have an opportunity to prove their worth as impact contributors. After a rookie season that didn't fully meet expectations, Smith is looking to show growth and ability against a competitive opponent. Watching how he reads plays, engages blockers, and reacts in the moment will provide insight into how he might fit into the defensive rotation moving forward. Similarly, Maris Leaf made a noticeable impact on special teams previously, and seeing if he can replicate or expand that influence will be something to watch closely. These games are where depth players earn trust and carve out their roles on the team. Secondary play is a persistent concern for the Cowboys. With questions around the cornerbacks and safeties, each snap provides valuable information. Players like Izzy Mwamu and Zion Childers have shown flashes, but the team needs consistent performance to feel confident heading into the regular season. Evaluating coverage ability, tackling reliability, and the capacity to handle complex defensive schemes will help determine how the secondary is constructed. Safeties such as Maris Bell and Wayne Thomas also face scrutiny. Their performance in preseason games sets expectations for their potential contributions, and any lapses in judgment or missed assignments can highlight areas that need improvement. The preseason serves as both a proving ground and a reality check, showing where players are ready to compete and where growth is necessary. All of these elements, quarterback development, running back rotations, wide receiver opportunities, offensive line cohesion, defensive impact, and secondary reliability, come together to create a dynamic and unpredictable game environment. Fans watching the Cowboys versus Ravens will see more than just plays. They'll witness the shaping of the team's identity, the emergence of new stars, and the testing of players who could define the season. Preseason games have a rhythm of their own, with moments of brilliance, mistakes, and adjustments unfolding in real time. Each snap, each decision, and each performance contributes to the story of how the Cowboys are preparing for the challenges ahead. Moving deeper into the analysis, one of the aspects that makes a preseason matchup like Cowboys versus Ravens so fascinating is the way individual players can alter the flow of the game without even scoring a touchdown or making a highlight reel play. Football is a game of small details, and in these early season matchups, those details matter even more because coaches are evaluating every single decision and reaction on the field. Take the offensive line, for instance. Beyond just pass protection and run blocking, the line sets the tone for communication, discipline, and adaptability. Each lineman has to recognize blitzes, adjust to stunts, and maintain assignments even when the defensive front looks entirely different from one play to the next. Watching the Cowboys' young tackles and guards navigate these challenges will be a critical piece of understanding the team's readiness for the regular season. Mistakes made here aren't just mistakes. They're lessons in real time, and how the players correct those mistakes can indicate their long-term potential. It's why a preseason game can feel like a chess match, where every snap reveals strategy, awareness, and potential growth. Quarterback play, of course, continues to dominate the narrative. Joe Milton's development is one of the storylines that could define the entire preseason. He's not just a name on a roster. He's a puzzle piece in the bigger vision of the Cowboys offense. Observers will look at how he handles pressure, how he progresses through his reads, and how confident he appears when throws don't go perfectly. A quarterback's mental game is as important as his physical skills, and in preseason, nerves, anticipation, and decision-making are on full display. One key thing to watch is how Milton responds to adversity within the game itself. Does he shake off a bad play and move on, or does hesitation creep into his next decision? These subtleties might seem minor, but they're critical indicators for coaches. Confidence and composure are qualities that can't be measured in practice alone, and preseason snaps give a rare, honest glimpse into a player's mental toughness. Running backs also offer a compelling subplot. In addition to the obvious concerns of yardage and explosive plays, there's the question of versatility. Coaches are looking for backs who can contribute in multiple phases: running, pass protection, and receiving out of the backfield. The modern NFL demands more than just a runner who can hit holes. Teams want backs who can adapt to multiple situations seamlessly. Miles Sanders has the experience, but younger players like Javonte Williams and other rotational backs have the opportunity to prove they can carry the load if called upon. Watching how they react to different defensive looks, zone versus man coverage, stacked boxes, or unexpected blitzes provides critical insights. Their vision, patience, and ability to make defenders miss can shift the perception of who might emerge as a featured back in the regular season. Preseason isn't just about stats. It's about context, adaptability, and learning to play under unpredictable conditions. Wide receivers, as previously mentioned, have the spotlight in a similar way. They're not only judged by the number of receptions, but also by route precision, timing, and chemistry with the quarterback. A receiver who runs crisp routes but drops passes is evaluated differently than one who can make catches under duress. Someone like Tayon Holden has an opportunity to demonstrate reliability, sure-handedness, and awareness in traffic, while younger players may have to showcase speed and separation to earn trust. Additionally, the interaction between Milton and his receivers can reveal potential offensive dynamics for the season. How quickly receivers adjust to the quarterback's tendencies, how well they find soft spots in coverage, and how confident they appear when facing pressure all factor into the bigger picture. Preseason games are about building trust, and a visual narrative of a quarterback connecting with multiple receivers under varying circumstances can define future strategy. Defensively, there's an equal layer of intrigue. The Cowboys' defensive front needs to establish pressure without relying solely on blitzes, while linebackers must balance containment responsibilities with aggressive playmaking. Edge rushers in particular are under scrutiny as they have the power to disrupt passing games before the quarterback can settle. Players like Motzie Smith and others on the line are tasked with both run-stopping duties and pass rush opportunities, making their versatility essential. Beyond the front, linebackers and safeties must communicate effectively, reading formations and adjusting in real time to prevent breakdowns in coverage. Preseason games allow these players to make mistakes in a controlled environment and then correct them quickly, which provides insight into their football IQ and responsiveness. Coaches often look for these adaptive qualities, as mental sharpness is as important as physical ability when the regular season begins. Secondary play brings another dimension to the evaluation process. Cornerbacks and safeties must manage man and zone coverage responsibilities, maintain positioning, and anticipate route combinations. Mistakes in the secondary are magnified because they often lead directly to scoring opportunities for opponents, so coaches scrutinize every misstep. Young players like Izzy Mwamu and Zion Childers are under the microscope, not just for coverage skills, but for how they react under pressure. Can they recover after being beaten on a route? Do they maintain proper positioning and discipline? Do they communicate effectively with teammates to prevent breakdowns? These questions drive the evaluation process, and preseason games are the perfect setting to answer them without the stakes being permanent yet. Special teams, often overlooked, also play a pivotal role in shaping early impressions. Field goals, punts, returns, and coverage all contribute to the overall performance of the team. Players who can impact the game in these phases often carve out roster spots, even if they aren't featured in offensive or defensive schemes. A returner who consistently gains positive yardage, a kicker who handles pressure, or a gunner who makes key tackles can influence decisions that shape the final 53-man roster. Preseason games are as much about these contributions as they are about flashy plays or highlight reel moments, and evaluating how players adapt to different situations within special teams is essential. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Whispers from the Dallas Cowboys training camp are stirring the NFL community, suggesting a significant rift between quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Sources indicate that tensions escalated during a recent practice session, leading to a heated exchange between the two stars. The altercation reportedly became so intense that both players were escorted off the field and temporarily removed from team activities. While official statements are scarce, the incident has fueled speculation about underlying issues within the team's locker room dynamics. Observers note that such public disputes are uncommon among teammates of their caliber, raising questions about the team's internal cohesion. This development comes at a critical juncture as the Cowboys prepare for the upcoming season, with many wondering how this discord might impact their performance on the field. Fans and analysts alike are closely monitoring the situation, eager for any official comments or further developments that might shed light on the nature of the disagreement and its potential ramifications for the team's future. In the wake of the reported altercation, speculation is rife about the potential long-term effects on the Cowboys' offensive strategy. Prescott and Lamb have been pivotal to the team's success, with Prescott's leadership and Lamb's dynamic playmaking abilities forming the cornerstone of their offensive unit. Any disruption in their relationship could have profound implications for the team's cohesion and performance. Analysts are particularly concerned about how this discord might affect the chemistry between quarterback and receiver, a crucial element for executing successful plays. The timing of this incident is also noteworthy, occurring during the critical training camp period when team dynamics are solidified and strategies are refined. With the season fast approaching, the Cowboys face the challenge of addressing this internal conflict swiftly to ensure it doesn't derail their preparations. The coaching staff's ability to manage this situation will be closely scrutinized, as their response could determine the team's trajectory in the upcoming season. Team owner Jerry Jones has remained notably silent regarding the reported altercation between Prescott and Lamb, leading to increased speculation about the internal workings of the Cowboys organization. Jones' reticence contrasts with his usual proactive approach to team matters, prompting questions about the severity of the situation and the potential ramifications for the team's leadership structure. Insiders suggest that Jones may be awaiting a more comprehensive understanding of the incident before making any public statements. However, his silence has left fans and analysts alike searching for answers, with some questioning whether the lack of transparency indicates deeper issues within the team. The Cowboys front office is now under scrutiny, with many wondering how they will address the fallout from this reported altercation and what steps they will take to restore harmony within the locker room. As the situation develops, all eyes will be on Jones and the coaching staff to see how they navigate this challenging scenario. The reported altercation between Prescott and Lamb has ignited a broader conversation about leadership and accountability within the Cowboys organization. Both players have been seen as leaders on and off the field, with Prescott's veteran experience and Lamb's emerging star power contributing to the team's identity. The incident raises questions about how leadership is cultivated and maintained, especially when tensions arise among key figures. Observers are keenly interested in how the coaching staff and management will address the situation, balancing the need for discipline with the importance of maintaining team morale. The Cowboys' response to this challenge could set a precedent for how internal conflicts are handled in the future, influencing the team's culture and dynamics. As the season approaches, the organization faces the critical task of restoring unity and ensuring that such incidents do not undermine their goals. The coming weeks will be pivotal in shaping the team's path forward. As the Cowboys navigate the aftermath of the reported altercation between Prescott and Lamb, the broader implications for the team season are becoming increasingly apparent. The timing of the incident, occurring during the crucial training camp period, has disrupted the team's preparation and raised concerns about its impact on the upcoming season. With the season opener on the horizon, the Cowboys must address this internal conflict swiftly to prevent it from affecting their performance on the field. The coaching staff's ability to manage the situation and restore harmony within the locker room will be critical to the team's success. Additionally, the incident has brought to light questions about team dynamics and leadership, prompting a reevaluation of how internal conflicts are handled. As the situation develops, all eyes will be on the Cowboys to see how they respond to this challenge and whether they can overcome this adversity to achieve their goals for the season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.